You know that moment when it's already over, and suddenly everything feels clearer? The things you didn't say, the way you reacted, the way you just walked away, and now you're sitting there thinking, why didn't I see it then? Why does it only make sense now? Today we're exploring breakup regrets that only hit you later. What's actually happening in your mind, and how to understand these patterns so they don't keep repeating. But before we get into it, at Psychology Vault, we break down emotions in a way that actually makes sense, so you can finally understand your patterns instead of feeling stuck in them. If you've ever replayed a relationship in your head, wondering what went wrong, this channel is for you, because what we're about to get into might completely change how you see your past. Let's go. Before we go deeper, I left something in the pinned comment about this exact feeling. If this topic already feels familiar, go answer it when you get there. I read every single one. 1. You confused comfort with lack of love. Sometimes our brains mistake emotional stability for boredom. Psychologists link this to hedonic adaptation, which basically means we get used to good things so quickly that they stop feeling exciting. It's like playing a game with amazing graphics, but after a few hours, you stop noticing how beautiful it is. You start thinking the game is boring, even though nothing actually changed. And only after losing it, you realize it wasn't boring, it was safe. 2. You focused on what was missing instead of what was there. Our brains have something called negativity bias. We naturally focus more on what's wrong than what's right. It's like scrolling social media and ignoring 100 likes, but obsessing over one negative comment. That one thing starts to define everything. And later, you realize you didn't lose something imperfect. You lost something real. And the next one, this is where it gets uncomfortable in a way that changes how you see your own role in it. 3. You thought you'd find something better. Most people think regret comes from losing the wrong person, but sometimes it comes from overestimating what's out there. This connects to something called the grass is greener effect, where we imagine other options are better simply because we don't fully experience them. It's like constantly switching games, because you think the next one will be more fun, but never staying long enough to enjoy any of them. And later, you realize you didn't leave because it was bad. You left because you thought something better existed. 4. You avoided the hard conversations. Avoidance is a defense mechanism. Our brains try to protect us from discomfort by delaying difficult emotions. It's like ignoring a bug in a game, hoping it'll fix itself, but it just gets worse until the whole thing crashes. And the regret isn't just losing them, it's knowing you never really tried to fix it. Now that you see why these regrets happen, the next part is what actually helps you break this cycle. 5. You didn't understand your own emotions yet. Sometimes the truth is simple. You weren't emotionally ready. Psychology connects this to emotional awareness, the ability to recognize and understand what you're feeling in real time. It's like playing a game without knowing the controls. You press random buttons and hope it works. And only later, you realize you had the right person, just not the understanding to handle it. 6. You took them for granted without realizing. Familiarity can make us blind. The more someone is there, the more we assume they'll always be there. It's like having unlimited lives in a game, so you stop being careful, until suddenly, there are no lives left. And the regret isn't loud, it's quiet. It's realizing you didn't value something while you had it. Breakup regret isn't a flaw, it's how our brains process loss and clarity over time. But here's what you can do. Think about the last time you walked away from someone. What were you feeling in that exact moment? And did you actually understand it? Think about what you focused on in that relationship. Were you seeing what was missing or what was already there? If you could go back to one moment in that relationship, what would you do differently? And why didn't you do it then? Healthy love doesn't feel perfect all the time, but it feels stable, real, and worth understanding before letting go. If you've ever looked back at a relationship and felt this kind of regret, you're not alone. Sometimes clarity doesn't come during the moment, it comes after it's gone. And recognizing that pattern is the first step to changing it. You might also want to watch why you pull away right when things start to feel real. And the real reason you can't stop thinking about someone who's gone. If this helped you see something about yourself more clearly, subscribe and stay with us. Thanks so much for being here, and until next time, take care of yourself.